Hey, 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 welcome to the Lisper Podcast, and once again, I am your host, Tyrone. I'm here, Lisper Podcast, y'all see it. And, the co-host is here, well, the co-host's cousin is still here. I already got something in the glass, but he's here, say hello, yeah, he's here. And, let's get started. So the other day I was on TikTok, and they was talking about the wrestling again, Wrestle Talk community. And they were talking about the greatest tag team in wrestling. And I tried to join in, I tried to make some videos, and then I thought about it like, it's too many. It's too much to do a fucking TikTok. So here I am now. I'm doing another GOAT list. Greatest of all time. GOAT list. Wrestling GOAT list. Greatest of all time. And I'm doing tag teams. So that's right. Today's episode is called the Greatest of All Time Tag Team Edition. Alright? So let's get started. First I'm going to start off with Doom. Doom was a decent tag team. Doom was made up of Ron Simmons and Butch Reed. It was Ron Simmons and it was Butch Reed. Now, Ron Simmons went on to join the APA with him and Bradshaw. That was a decent tag team, too. But Ron Simmons was a good solo wrestler. Butch Reed had some solo time in the WWE. He was pretty decent. But they formed Doom. They used to wear masks. I thought people forgot about them. And Doom was vicious, man. They were two big black dudes that'll fuck your ass up. They had some vicious-ass clotheslines. They not making no top 10 lists, but I wanted to mention them because I wanted to mention some of the tag teams that I thought that was good that have been forgot about. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I wanted to bring up. I want to bring up all the good tag teams that I think were good that got forgot about, but then I also want to bring up the great ones and the ones that's supposed to be in the top 10s, and then the greatest one of all time. All right. Then you got, the Mega Powers. Now, the Mega Powers is not going to make anybody's top 10 tag team list, except that they should, though. The Mega Powers ultimately probably would be the greatest tag team in wrestling history, for real, if they was formulated as a tag team. But they weren't. They were two guys that were just put together for a certain amount of time to carry a storyline. But had they actually been a complete 100% tag team, the Mega Powers would have probably been the greatest tag team in WWE history. I mean, just think about it. You had Hulk Hogan and Macho Man Randy Savage on the same team. Who was going to beat those guys? Who was going to take them down? If they wanted the tag team championships, they would have them, and they would have probably kept them for a long motherfucking time. And they were both great on the mic. It would have been awesome to have them have a long tag team run, but like I said, they was only thrown together for the storyline, so I don't really count them as a tag team. So I have to kind of leave them out. You know, I don't want to, but I kind of got to leave them out. And then you had the world's greatest tag team. I put this team on my list. I put them in here. I got them in here because people don't talk about them enough. People act like they didn't exist. People like, and y'all might not know some of school y'all. When Kurt Angle had a tag team group, they used to be part of his little alliance or whatever you want to call it, and they was called the World's Greatest Tag Team, and it was Charlie Haas and Shelton Benjamin, and they were great. They were a great tag team. Shelton Benjamin is already good. He's the most underrated wrestler I think that WWE have ever had. And Charlie Haas was a good technical wrestler, and them two together, white and black guy, it was great. It was great. They were a great tag team. They were cool. They both could wrestle. They were good. They won some championships, and they were under the tutelage of Kurt Angle. And they were awesome. And a lot of people don't mention them. A lot of people don't mention them, but I do, and I'm, standing on them. And matter of fact, I'm gonna take a sip to them. Cheers to the world's greatest tag team. All right, let me see what. The natural disasters. The natural disasters was Earthquake and Tugboat. Well, not Tugboat. What was his name? Typhoon. I called him Tugboat because he used to be called Tugboat before that, and he used to have beef with Earthquake. But then Slick, the old manager Slick, got him to trade on Hulk Hogan and turned Tugboat into Typhoon, and he already joined up with Earthquake, and Typhoon and Earthquake was natural disaster, so they had a cool name, and they was two big-ass white dudes that was kind of agile that just beat you up. Now, as far as the tag team is concerned, they didn't have no special tag team moves and nothing. They was just big white dudes that beat you up. And they was cool because they had a cool gimmick, and they both stomped around the ring and stuff. It was decent. It was fun to see them. it was fun to see them. They're not making no top list, and I don't think that they are the upper echelon of tag teams. But man, they were fun. I enjoyed seeing them. I enjoyed watching them. I enjoyed some of their matches. But okay, we're gonna go off of that. Los Guerreros. They lie. They cheat. They steal. Now I put them in because they was a tag team, and I put them in just to respect Eddie Guerrero. Because Eddie Guerrero was one of the greatest wrestlers ever, and I'm sad that we lost that man early, but he was one of the greatest wrestlers ever. But he teamed up with his nephew Chavo. They became Los Guerreros, and they was good. They was exciting. They was good wrestlers, but I ain't putting them high. I don't like Chavo Guerrero. I said it. Chavo Guerrero was living off the Guerrero name. I never thought he was that good of a wrestler. I never seen him do anything outside of just like being a Guerrero sidekick or whatever. I mean, I enjoyed Vicky Guerrero's time in the WWE more than I enjoyed his. But they were a tag team. They had a good little run, and you just gotta respect everything that Eddie did in the ring. And so that's why the Los Guerreros are here. But no, I'm not putting them high. I just can't. I just cannot. Okay. And then you have what else? Okay, let's go with the Young Bucks. Now, I think that the Young Bucks would be put pretty high on a lot of you people's lists. I really do. I really think that the Young Bucks would be up there in the upper echelon with you people, that y'all would have them in the top 10, maybe even top 5, I don't know. But for me, the Young Bucks is not going high on my list. They're not in my top 10s as far as the tag team is concerned. I don't really see what the hype is. I mean, they have good matches. I mean, they're exciting. I mean, they got, I guess they have everything that you want in a good tag team. I guess they have all of the charisma and all the shit. And they have the matches. They have everything to be high on this list, but they just don't. I just ain't putting them up there. I just do not really like the Young Bucks. I'm gonna say, I guess, you know what? I think it's hate. I think it's hate. I just think that I plain and simply ain't putting the Young Bucks high on this list because I hate them. And listen, hello, cancel culture. Yeah, I didn't mean real hate, goddammit. I don't know them. I don't hate them in real life. This is not hate speech. I'm saying I hate them. It's right. It's fake shit, fake hate, fan hatred. It's not real. Thank you. Okay, I appreciate it. All right, bye. Yeah, like I said, it's not real hate. I don't know them motherfuckers. And I don't hate nobody. I'm a lover. And a fighter, but you gotta do something to me to make you fight. I'm not just gonna fight you for nothing. But anyway, I just don't put them high on my list because it's just fan hate. I don't know. I don't care about them. I don't like them. Hollywood Blondes, though, I do like. I'm gonna tell you, because a lot of people when they think about Steve Austin, all they know about is psh, dun 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 dun. All they think about is Stone Cold. All they think about is can of whoop ass. All they think about is Austin 316 says I just kicked your ass. All they think about is can I get a hell yeah? That's all they think about when they think of Steve Austin. And I'm going to tell you that Steve Austin was a long-haired, blonde-haired dude in a tag team called the Hollywood Blondes as Stunning Steve Austin. A lot of people don't remember that. That's where the Stone Cold Stunner came from, because he was stunning Steve, and he used the stunner because he was stunning Steve, but then it became the Stone Cold Stunner because it became Stone Cold. You get it. But Stone Cold wasn't always a brawler. He was a good wrestler. He was like Mr. Perfect style. He was a technical wrestler. He can get on the top rope. He was good back in his younger days. And he had Brian Pillman with him. Now, I know y'all might not remember Brian Pillman, y'all little young buckaroosies, but Brian Pillman back in his day was great. High-flying Brian Pillman. They called him Flying Brian. And he was teamed up with your boy Stunning Steve Austin, and they was the Hollywood Blondes, and they were a great tag team. They were a great tag team. I just can't put them high on this list because they didn't stick around too long. You know what I mean? They had better successes as separate guys, and that's just it. But man, I used to love the Hollywood Blondes, but they're not high on my list. I'm not putting nobody high on my list so far. I'm probably like, who was high on this motherfucker's list? Because he's naming all these tag teams. Nobody's high on the list. I'm gonna get to them. I'm gonna get to the high ones. Calm the fuck down. All right, I'm gonna get to the high ones. I gotta go low. I'm working my way up. The Russians. I used to love the Russians. I did. I love the Russians. Ivan Koloff, Nikita Koloff, and big old Crusher Khrushchev. I know I named 3 people, but they was a tag team because they always did tag teams. It was either Ivan and Nikita, or Crusher and Ivan, or Crusher and Nikita, but most of the time it was Crusher and Nikita, and I liked them. I really did like them. I loved Nikita Koloff for some reason. Nikita Koloff was my man in them. And him and Crusher, they were just big Russians. We were supposed to hate them because they was like, fuck the USA, you know what I mean? We were supposed to hate them, and they was big, and they were strong, and they had the Russian sickle. They called their clotheslines the Russian sickles. The Russian sickles, and I used to love that shit. I used to call my shit the Russian sickle, my black ass. Going around saying, I'll Russian sickle the shit out of you. And people who didn't watch wrestling didn't know what the fuck I was talking about. And it was funny, but, you know. So the Russian sickle, so it was the Russian song. Ivan and Nikita Koloff and Crusher Khrushchev. And I like them if they make in the top 10 list. They make in the top list. Hell to the no, or to the no, no, no. Then you got the Rockers. That's the best part about the Rockers was the song. I like that song. I like when they came out. They had a lot of energy, running out to the ring, getting on the top rope. You know, I like that. That's it. That's all I liked about the Rockers. I did not like them as a tag team. I did not enjoy watching them wrestle. I did not think that they should have stayed together. I just wasn't I wasn't a Rockers fan. And I never wanted to rock. You know, I hate the Rockers. Hated them. And it's funny because Shawn Michaels is my favorite. Shawn Michaels is the GOAT. Greatest wrestler of all time. But as a Rocker, nope. I never wanted them to win. I never wanted them to win. And when they started fighting with each other, when they started looking like they was about to break up, when they started having beefs in the ring and all that shit, they wasn't winning no championships, I said, oh man, they about to break up. I knew they was breaking up, and I said, they go Shawn. They was Shawn because I started to like Shawn. When they started arguing, they was about to break up, I started to like Shawn. Said, oh, look at Shawn. Shawn's mad. Shawn gonna fuck Marty up. I knew it. And I'm putting the Rockers on the list, and the Rockers did. I mean, they had one of the great storylines. Too bad Marty Jannetty couldn't live up to being the villain in Shawn Michaels' story, but that barbershop super kick is heinous. It's heinous. It's a big part of wrestling history. So the Rockers are a big part of wrestling history. But do they make the top tag team list? Are they the GOATs? Fuck no, they ain't the GOATs. Are you kidding me? Now let's talk about the Steiner brothers. That's right, Rick Steiner, Scott Steiner, the Steiner brothers. Now they always been a tag team. I never really known Rick Steiner to be a solo guy. I mean, I know he was solo a little bit, but I always known them as the Steiner brothers and the Frankensteiners, and they were excellent, man. They were excellent. Rick was more like the powerhouse, even though Scott was big too. But Rick was the powerhouse, and Scott was the good technical wrestler. And then he went on and he did too much steroids, I think. He went on to become Big Papa Pump. You know, Big Papa Pump had some good years in wrestling. I think he really went crazy in real life. I ain't gonna lie. I think that the whole Big Papa Pump thing with Scott Steiner, like, really going crazy in real fucking life. But, Big Papa Pump was fun, but we ain't had to talk about Big Papa Pump. We had to talk about Scott Steiner when he was a Steiner brother with his brother Rick, and they were cool. They wore the Michigan jackets and everything, and man, look, that was a good-ass tag team. Does it make my top list? It can't. They can't. Because they were good, but I can't put them in that upper echelon. I can't put them in that top 10. I can't. They're not the GOATs. And, so I can't put them up there. But, I got a tag team right now that I can put up there. This is the first tag team that's going to make it to the GOAT tier. Not the GOATs, but they're going to be on it. They going up in the list. They're going in the ranks. They're going up there, and that is the Harlem motherfucking Heat. Now look, many people probably forgot about Stevie Ray because he didn't make it that much as a solo wrestler. But Booker T done went on to do some bigger things, and everybody knows about Booker T and the Spinneroonie and what Booker had become. But the Harlem Heat was that work. Okay, Stevie Ray and Booker T they had everything because they had the charisma, they had the mic skills, they had the promos. Speaking of the one promo, we know the infamous promo, right? Y'all know the one when Booker said, "Oh, Hogan, we coming for you, nigga." If y'all don't know about that, y'all gotta look that up. Booker T messed up, man. He said nigga on a promo, and then at least he was black, right? At least he was black, but you know how that goes. But you know what I mean. At least he was black, right? Yeah. But yeah, he said nigga on the promo, and they caught that. But Harlem Heat was the best because they could actually wrestle. But they could kick your ass too. Like they could get down with the brawling. They could do whatever you wanted to do. And like I said, they was good on the mic. They had the promos. They was black. And I love the Harlem Heat. And then they tried to revitalize the Harlem Heat. I think Booker T left the group and Steve Ray teamed up with somebody else to try to bring Harlem Heat back. Didn't work the same. But Harlem Heat, top tier tag team. They going up there. They on the GOAT list. Is they the GOATs? No. But they make the list. Okay. Let's go to Nikolai Volkov and Iron Sheik. Nikolai Volkov and Iron Sheik was corny as fuck. I ain't gonna lie, they was corny as fuck. Iron Sheik had some stuff as a solo wrestler. He had the look with the boots, with the curled up boots from Iraq or whatever. Nikolai Volkov wasn't Russian, but he wasn't nothing like the Krusher Khrushchev. He wasn't nothing like Nikolai Volkov. He was big, but he was not Nikolai Volkov. He was nothing like Nikita Koloff. I'm talking about Nikolai Volkov. He was nothing like Nikita Koloff. He was big, but he just was oaky, slow, kind of dumb. I didn't like him. Iron Sheik, I didn't like neither one of them. I didn't like this tag team, but I gotta mention them. I gotta mention them because they was a formidable force in the WWE. They did have a long year as tag teams. They did wrestle a lot of guys, and the reason why I really gotta mention them is because they are part of my childhood. Because I knew the Russian national anthem because of Nikolai Volkov. Nikolai Volkov sung that shit before every wrestling match, and I knew it. Now I know that them words is probably not the words, and I know I fucked it up, but I got the rhythm right, I got the pattern right, I almost got it. Matter of fact, I might be fucking still right, because I sung that shit every time, and I look forward to singing it. That's the only national anthem I ever look forward to, because I don't care about ours. That's crazy. I do not care about our own country's national anthem. I'd rather sing the Russian one, and that was because of Nikolai Volkov singing that Russian national anthem every day in wrestling. And so I got to give it up to him. But does that group make the top tier tag teams? Hell no, they don't even go up. They shouldn't even be on any list. For real, they shouldn't be on any list, but they are. And they're not making the upper echelon. And then I'm going to name one more tag team. I may have one or two. I got two more tag teams that don't make the upper echelon. That's going to be in this first half. And then I'm going to come back. And I'm going to go to the top tag teams, the higher ups, the number ones, the ones that should be goated. The upper echelons of tag teams is going to be back. But before that, I'm going to go to the last two that I think don't make the GOAT list, the upper echelon. They don't make that top tier. The last two that's going to miss it. And the first team that's going to miss it is the Brainbusters. It saddens me to say that the Brainbusters are not going to make it to the upper echelon. They're not going to make it high up on my list. I give it to Arn Anderson and Tully Blanchard. I know what they did for wrestling. I know they were a part of the Four Horsemen. And their tag team was formidable. They both were really good wrestlers. Arn Anderson was the muscle. He had the best, what is it called? The shoulder block? Not shoulder block. I forgot what it's called, but I know his move, whatever. He was good. Tully Blanchard was good. I liked what they did when they came to WWE. I liked that they were part of the Heenan family. I liked them as a tag team. I know they was part of the Four Horsemen. Everything was great with them, but I just can't put them in the upper echelon. The other team that I can't put in the upper echelon of tag team might make some of you people mad, or it might not, but the New Age Outlaws. Oh, you didn't know? Your ass better call somebody. I did like that. I did like them. I'm an ass man. Burn, burn. I like like them dudes. I like Billy Gunn. I like the Road Dogg Jesse James. I like them as a tag team. They were part of DX. I love that. But the main reason why I can't put them in the upper echelon was because they weren't even the best tag team in their own fashion. That's right, they was in DX. And they were the only tag team in DX, but then after a while, when DX started breaking apart, and going their separate ways, when DX came back, it was always Triple H and Shawn Michaels. And Triple H and Shawn Michaels as a tag team was way better than the New Age Outlaws. It was sort of like the Mega Powers again, because Triple H is the top guy, Shawn Michaels is the top guy. It was sort of like bringing the Mega Powers back, but for the same reason why the Mega Powers can't make the top list, the same reason why Triple H and Shawn Michaels can't make it. They were just two guys that were put together to bring DX back because the other members of DX couldn't come back. China died. X-Pac was out there doing, alleged things. And Road Dogg had retired and didn't really want to participate. And then the last time they brought DX back, Billy Gunn, he's with AEW, so they didn't they weren't able to work that out. You know how that goes. But Shawn Michaels and Triple H as a tag team was better than the New Age Outlaws, and so I don't want to put them up on a higher echelon, even though they were really, really good. Okay, so now that's the first half of the show. Did you like it? Are you enjoying it? Because I'm coming back, and when I'm coming back, we're gonna get to the nitty gritty of the tag teams. Okay, when I go into the second half of the show is when I'm going into the tag teams, and then I'll name my GOAT. You're going to know who my GOAT is because I'm not going to say nothing about him until we get to him. Oh, man. I think I done fucked up something. I done cut the audio off real quick by mistake, but I'm going to just go back and fix it. So as I was saying, you're going to know who the GOAT tag team is because I'm not going to say nothing about them until I get to them. I'm sorry, the audio, it took a little skip out for a second. But it's back, and I'm back, and everything's fine. Okay, don't panic. But now we're going to get into the upper echelon of the tag team. And we're going to start with the Miles. I was about to say Miles. Oh, I need a sip because I don't know what I'm doing. I'm fucking up, your boy. I'm drunk. Did you fuck me up? If I made two mistakes, all right? I'm tired of you. He ain't coming back. The cousin's fired. He's doing too much. I got to go back to the to the regular. But anyway, the Wild Samoans. The Wild Samoans was Asa and Sika. They part of the whole Bloodline family. They part of the Usos. We've been down since. They part of that. Okay, and they were a great tag team. They were bigger, they were Samoan, but they was wild, their hair was wild, they looked crazy, but they will fuck you up. The only thing I remember about the Wild Samoans is that you're going to get fucked up. You get in the ring with them, and you will, without a shadow of a doubt, get fucked up. It was like Mark Henry's old wrestling song, somebody's going to get their ass kicked. That was when you got in the ring with these motherfuckers, and they didn't wear shoes. You know you in for a fight when a motherfucker don't have no shoes, no socks on, walking these streets. Cutting promos, walking down steps, getting in rings, kicking, fighting, wrestling with no motherfucking shoes on, getting people to stop on their feet and not caring. That's the Wild Samoans. Alpha and Sika. They will fuck you up. Now, y'all know they on my GOAT list. They goated. Are they number one? Y'all know they're not. I just said they wasn't. I'm not going to name number one, but they goated. They up there. I give it to them. And then I move on to the New Day. Now look, the New Day is Kofi Kingston and oh shit, I can't even think of his name right now. I had his name on the tip of my tongue, and now I can't. Elijah Woods. Is it Elijah? Yeah. Okay, Elijah Woods, Kofi Kingston. Now you want to throw Big E in there, yeah, he's part of the group, but if you wanted to go by the tag teams, it's Woods and Kingston, okay? And I love them. They funny as hell. The gimmick's getting old and stale. They got to come up with a new gimmick, or maybe they got to break up, whatever. But they rock. They rock, and they're excellent. They're excellent. Kofi's an excellent wrestler. Big E with the muscle, he was excellent. I hope he gets well. He had a neck injury. I hope he comes back. And Elijah Woods is excellent too. And my funny thing is, I thought Woods was going to get a solo push because Kofi got a solo push, won the championship, looked pretty good. I thought they were going to give Woods a solo push, but I don't think maybe he wants that. because he is a good wrestler. He did win King of the Ring, but they really not pushing him. I don't know if he just doesn't want that or what, but New Day is definitely up there. New Day can hold their own against any tag team. New Day is funny, excellent on the mic. They got a cool gimmick. They got colorful outfits or whatever. They got Booty O cereal. That shit was $9.99. I'm not paying $9.99 for some cereal called motherfucking Booty O's. My daughters wanted them at one point in time, but I said, no, you want some Booty O's, you better shake that booty. It's like, no, my daughters is old, though. Three of them grown, so I don't want to hear no shit, all right? I don't want to hear no shit. They grown. But the New Day has to make my top list. The other team that has to make my top list, and y'all might be mad about this. Y'all might be mad about this, but I don't care. I watched them fight the Von Erichs. I didn't even put the Von Erichs on my list, but I watched this team fight the Von Erichs. I watched them for a long time, and I love them. And that is the Freebirds, yeah. Michael P.F. Hayes, and then it was a variety of different Freebirds, but the ones I love was Michael P.F. Hayes and gorgeous Jimmy Garvin. Okay, I like it when it was Michael Hayes and Jimmy Garvin, but there was other renditions of the Freebirds. I think Bam Bam Terry Gordy was part of them at one point in time, whatever. But I like the Freebirds, and I stand on that. I like the way they used to strut to the ring. I like how they used to talk, and they used to wear these shirts open with their hamburger meat, fucking chest hairs out. And they thought they were sexy, but they was really like, I don't know, kind of hideous to me. I was just like, oh, these dudes are nasty, they greasy, they disgusting. But they thought they were sexy, but they still kind of get in that ring, kick your ass up, fuck you up a little something. So yeah, I'm going with the Fabulous, because they was fabulous. The Fabulous Freebirds are in my GOAT of tag teams. They're not number one, but they up there, and I picked them. The other ones. The British Bulldogs, that's right, the British Bulldogs were Dynamite Kid and Davey Boy Smith. What? You can't tell me nothing. You can't tell me nothing. They were powerhouses, but they also could do all the drop kicks, all the flips. They could do everything. I don't know what happened to Dynamite Kid. Dynamite Kid never went on to no other success. Davey Boy Smith had a lot of solo success. He had some great matches with Bret Hart. Davey Boy ended up in the Hart Foundation at one point in time. But Davey Boy Smith was a great wrestler. Dynamite Kid was a great wrestler. Them British Bulldogs were great. They used to bring the dog out. Matilda used to come out with her. Yeah, they actually brought a bulldog out to the ring with them, and that was funny. They had some matches with they used to chase let Matilda chase Bobby the Brain Heenan around and shit like that. One time they had a match against another team, and Bobby the Brain Heenan had to wear like a dog protective suit because he was scared of Matilda biting him or whatever. But they had some wars and some great matches with the Hart Foundation to try to win the tag team championships and stuff like that. So yeah, I gotta give it up. I gotta say that the British Bulldogs are in my top tier of tag teams. Next, I'm going with down. I am the Axe, and he is the Smasher, and we're demolition, a walking disaster. Down, pain and destruction is coming your way. Bow. That's right. Demolition is gonna thump with demolition. Down. Yo, I love demolition. They see now, look, they stole their act a little bit. Not all the way, but a little bit with the face paint and spikes. They kind of stole their act. A little bit, but they were great. They came out with the mask. They took the mask off. They had the tongues. Their tongues was painted. They was painted. And they fucked you up. Axe and Smash. Let's not talk about Crush. Do we gotta incorporate Crush? Let's not bring Crush in it. Nobody likes Crush, okay? Crush was Kuna Crush. He was a Hawaiian dude with a big. He was corny as fuck. And I don't know why they threw him. I think they threw him in Demolition because they ain't had nothing to do with him. But nobody liked Crush. Crush was corny. I'm not mentioning Crush. If you put Crush in it, Demolition's out. If you put Crush in it, then I take Demolition out of my GOAT tag team list. If you put Crush in it, Demolition's out. But without Crush, when it's just Axe and Smash, that's right, Axe and Smash was my team. And Axe had that voice, you know, and Smash, they cut good promos. Demolition was the shit. And they had Mr. Fuji. Mr. Fuji was with him, and he was their manager. And so, yeah, Demolition's got to go on my list. Okay? Next teams on my list, I'm going to put them in together, the Expresses. That's right. I call them the Expresses. I'm talking about the Midnight Express and the Rock and Roll Express. They didn't come up in WWE, they came up in the NWA, but when they was in the NWA back in the day, they had some great matches. Hold on. They had some great matches, and I mean, them teams were great. Now, the Midnight Express had a lot of guys, but when it was Condrey and Bobby Eaton, I think that was the best. But Bobby Eaton and Stan Lane was pretty cool, too. But the Midnight Express was good, and Rock and Roll Express was even better. Ricky Morton, I forgot the other guy, Robert Gibson. Robert Gibson and Ricky Morton, they were great. They were small guys. They jump around, flip around. Them dudes could take a licking and keep on ticking because they used to get fucked up. They were small dudes. They used to get fucked up, and somehow they figured out ways to win matches. They had a lot of beef and a lot of fights and a lot of feuds with the Four Horsemen, but they don't get enough respect, and they're one of the greatest tag teams ever. The Midnight Express don't get a lot of respect. They had Jim Cornette with them, and Bobby Eaton was excellent in that ring. Bobby Eaton is probably one of the greatest wrestlers I ever saw wrestle outside of the tag team. So them being a tag team, the Midnight Express was great with Bobby Eaton. Ricky Morton one too, like try to have a little bit of solo success in the WWE. He wasn't that good solo. I mean, he was still a good wrestler, but I guess he couldn't get that solo push or whatever I would say. But yeah, the Rock and Roll Express definitely got to be on the top tier list. The Midnight Express definitely got to be on the top tier list. And the next team that definitely got to be on the top tier list is yes, right. I'm talking about the Hardy Boys. The Hardy Boys, Matt and Jeff Hardy. They got to be on this list. I don't know I don't even know. Look, the Hardy Boys is on this list because I'm going to tell you right now, I don't even know where tag team wrestling would be without the Hardy Boys. I don't know where tag team wrestling would be without the Hardy Boys, because the Hardy Boys, along with some other tag teams that I'm going to mention later, started like a revolution of tag team wrestling. Because there was a time during the WWE where we didn't give a fuck about the tag team belts. We didn't give a fuck about the tag teams at all. We were kind of like, tag teams, whatever, you know. The tag team matches were those matches that went by 5-minute matches. There were the matches when you would literally go get a snack. Any wrestling program you was watching when the tag team matches happened, you would be like, okay, time to go get a snack. And you would go get a snack. And the Hardy Boys became part of a trio of tag teams that said, no, do not go get no fucking snack, because if you go get a snack, you're gonna miss what's about to happen. You know what I mean? You're gonna miss it. So don't go get no fucking snack. You know what I mean? And so that's what happened. And I'm gonna just go into it. I'm gonna just name them. The Hardy Boys, the Dudley Boys, and Edge and Christian. They single-handedly revitalized the whole tag team division in wrestling, and it was outstanding. When they had those tag team ladder matches, oh my God, the things they were doing to each other. Now look, I'm putting the Dudley Boys up here, but you know what I didn't think? You know what I did? I underestimated them Dudley Boys. I did, because I knew them from ECW, and I loved them in ECW, and I always thought, like, they can't come to WWE. I always said that the Dudley Boys are not going to be successful in WWE because ECW style was like wreckage, like doing damage, like, you know what I mean, extreme, fuck you up. Dudley Boys getting the tables and putting people through tables and doing all kinds of extreme crazy shit. And the WWE at the time wasn't on that. I mean, they wasn't really on that. And I was just like, the Dudley Boys can't do that here, can they? But then when they came there, I was like, okay, they're here. But who are they going to fight with? You know, all the big guys, all the major tag teams were going. And then they were like, oh, the Dudleys versus the Hardys. And I'm like, the Boys versus the Boys? I'm like, but the Hardys are small. I was like, no, that's not right. The Dudleys can't get vicious on the Hardys. And I didn't know. And then you throw in Edge and Christian. Now, Edge and Christian came from the Brood. And the Brood wasn't really a tag team. Like, the Brood was like a faction that worked for The Undertaker, and it was cool and all, but I don't count that. I don't really count that as part of their tag team history. I just skip over the Brood and I count them as a tag team. And Edge and Christian, too. You threw them in the mix, and I was just like, Edge and Christian? Aren't these the guys that, like, stopped and posed for, posed to get pictures with the fans? We're going to do our poses, and they stopped and froze so that the fans get the pictures. I thought they were kind of goofy, but they've been friends their whole lives, like real life. They're like real life brothers, kind of. Not blood brothers, but real life. They grew up their whole life, and they planned this out. They said, we're going to be WWE stars. We're going to be a tag team. They planned out. They even designed and colored in and drew their own fucking outfits and everything. They were ready for this. But I just didn't think that nobody was ready for the Dudleys, but the Hardy Boys was ready. Edge and Christian was ready, and I didn't think the Dudley Boys was going to be able to do this, but yeah, Devon, get the tables, and it was going. And 3D is still my favorite tag team finisher. I don't care what nobody says. 3D was just great because it was like a RKO, but with another guy helping out, and the height that they got on some of those 3Ds was outstanding. Like, you got a guy literally jumping in the air and lifting you up over him, higher into the air, and another guy giving you an RKO. Like, the 3Ds were fucking the shit. But what made it worse was that they were 3D and motherfuckers through tables. Like, it wasn't just a regular 3D. They were 3D and motherfuckers through tables, bro. And it was like, the Dudley Boys was great because it didn't matter. Anybody could get to smoke. And they was just out there tearing shit up. And the Hardys were great high-flying technical wrestlers. Ed and Christian was great technical wrestlers, high flyers. And so when you got all three of them teams together, that was some outstanding shit. That put WWE back on the map for sure. But it definitely saved the tag team division. And so that's why all three of those tag teams are high on the level. And now I'm going to take time out to give some tag team honorable mentions. And first off, I'm going to honorable mention the RK Bros. That's right, Randy Orton and Riddle. Now, they weren't together that long. They were two guys that were just thrown together, but man, they were good. They had a lot of success. It was funny how Riddle was a goofball and Randy Orton was kind of serious, and they played off each other, but they were both good wrestlers. Riddle was really good. Randy Orton, we know what he is as a wrestler, and we know that he needed a new gimmick because he wasn't in the title picture, so putting him with Riddle was perfect. I like the RK Bros. I love that tag team. I'm going to give a shout out to the Alpha Academy, too, because Otis and Chad Gable are cracking me the fuck up every week. They're doing good. He really made Otis a real cool character. I love them. They're great. Whatever tag teams I want to shout out. And then they had the old tag teams, like they had the Rougeau brothers, which, they were cool. They were Canadian. They were cool. They had the Killer Bees. Killer Bees was so corny. I don't know why people like them. They had on them beach shorts. I guess they were good wrestlers, but I don't know who they was outside of the Killer Bee shit. But they were good wrestlers. The Brothers of Destruction, Undertaker and Kane were like the Mega Powers or the DX. They were like two guys that if you really had them as a tag team, I don't know how they could be beat. But like I said, they were just thrown together. They weren't together that long, but I do got to give them, a little bit of honorable mention because they was a tag team. The Colossal Connection, Andre the Giant and Haku, they won the tag team championship, and they had some real big feuds with Demolition and stuff like that. They were good. Rick the Model Martel and Tito Santana with the Pan Am Connection or whatever they was called. They was decent. They won some matches or whatever. They were good. I forgot what they were called. No, they weren't the Pan Am because they was called Strike Force or something like that. I think it was Strike Force. And then Jim Powers became part of Strike Force too. And they were decent. Decent little tag team. They were alright. The Bushwhackers, I don't know. Bushwhackers were corny as fuck. They weren't a good tag team, but they were two funny dudes. I liked them, and they were funny, and so I'ma just say cool. Who else? Brutus Beefcake and Greg the Hammer Valentine. I forgot what they were called. But I liked them when they were a tag team together. They was cool. They was both good solo wrestlers, so they made up a decent tag team. Big John Studd and King Kong Bundy. They tagged up a lot. They were a good, formidable tag team. I'll give them some honorable mentions. And who else can I think of? Let me see. I think that's it. I think that's the only honorable mention tag teams that I could throw out there. I'm not doing any women tag teams because I I don't know. I mean, if I remember going to do a women's tag team, I'm gonna do Sasha and Naomi because that was the greatest tag team in women's history. Like Sasha and Naomi, putting them two together with Naomi Steele and Sasha Banks was the boss. I thought that them two being a tag team was great, so I'll throw them in there. I'll give Sasha and Naomi some honorable female tag team mention. And now it's time. Now it is time to go to the greatest, the GOAT, the GOAT. Haha, no it's not. No, it's not. Cause I see y'all looking at me. All of y'all knew that there was a tag team that I left off this list. Y'all probably was thinking it's two, right? It's two left, right? It's two that should be on here. Y'all probably had a guess of who the GOAT was, but yeah, y'all know it's two, right? Y'all know it's two. And I'm going to say this. The first one I'm going to mention is going to tell you who the GOATs are, but the first one I'm going to mention is the Hart Foundation. That's right, the Hart Foundation. Bret the Hitman Hart and Jim the Anvil Neidhart. They were the tag team of the 80s going into the 90s. They were it. They were the business. Okay, Bret Hart was cool. The cool guy with the shades, the technical wrestler, knew all the moves. The Hitman, Bret Hart, was cool. They wore pink. They made it cool to wear pink, and everybody liked the pink, and everybody liked the hearts. And the Anvil was just crazy. You know what I mean? He had the beard, and he used to pull the beard down. The Anvil was crazy. And him and Bret Hart, man, they were the formidable tag team. Bret Hart had all the wrestling down. The Anvil was the powerhouse. They worked together. They even their finisher was even a tag team move. It wasn't great, but it was a tag team move to finish you. They fought with everybody. Demolition, you know, they fought the Brain Busters, you know what I mean? They fought Haku in the Collapse Connection. They fought all of the good tag teams back then before Bret Hart went on to have his great solo career and all that. And you got to think that one of the greatest wrestlers of all time was in a tag team first and built his name on being in a tag team and was excellent with it. So shout out to the Hart Foundation. Now, they was number 2 right now, but I'll put them at 9. I can put them at 9 or 10. I can put them behind Edge and Christian. I can put them behind the Dudley Boys. I can put them behind the Hardy Boys. I could probably put them behind the Rock and Roll Express, maybe ahead of the Midnight Express. But they in that top 10. They in the top tier. Just because I named them second to the number 1 doesn't mean I have them second. But they in that top tier. But y'all know it. Y'all know who's the number 1 tag team. Y'all know who's the greatest tag team of all time. Y'all know who it is because everybody feared them. They was damn near unbeatable. They put on some great matches, and they went from NWA, the WCW, the WWE, and everywhere they went, they was dominant, and everywhere they went, people loved them, and everywhere they went, they were just the best. And they were big guys, they were strong guys, but they could move, they could wrestle, they had skills, they had charisma, they had everything you need. Every time you saw them, you were just in awe. You were just in awe of them. And they can go into any match. They had a skyscraper. They had a scaffold match with the skyscrapers where they actually wrestled on top of scaffolds over top of the ring before. And I mean, you wanted to brawl, you could brawl. You wanted to wrestle, you could wrestle. They could do anything you wanted to do. They could beat any tag team. They were the greatest. And y'all know what I'm talking about. And y'all know it because I'm going to give y'all one clue. When y'all hear it, y'all going to know what my man said. Oh, what a rush. That's right. I'm talking about the Legion of Doom. The Road Warriors. That's right. The Road Warriors. That's right. Hulk and the Animal. Hulk died, you know. God rest his soul. But Hulk and the Animal were the Road Warriors, and man, look, you didn't want no smoke. Nobody didn't want no smoke with them for real. I don't care who you was. I don't care how you got down. You did not want no smoke with these dudes, and they didn't give a fuck. They fought the Four Horsemen. They fought everybody. They fought Demolition. Them two dudes was great. They had a great gimmick. Demolition kind of stole their gimmick a little bit on the lower level though, but they had a great gimmick. They came out with the spiked shoulder pads and shit. The whole what a rush. They had the faces painted and everything, and they was just fun. They was just fun to watch. But they was gonna fuck you up. They had some great matches. I just can't imagine a tag team better than them. You know what I would have loved if they would have been able to really get down with like the Brothers of Destruction, with like Kane and Undertaker. You know what I mean? Because their matches with Crusher, Khrushchev, and Nikita Koloff back in the day, you know what I mean? They had matches with everybody. They were in for a long time, just wrecking shop, you know what I mean? But I would have loved to see them versus Kane and the Undertaker. That would have been man, oh man, that would have been some good shit. But that's who it is. It's the Road Warriors. And anybody that wants to say it ain't the Road Warriors, I don't know. I don't want to talk to you. Like, just go ahead and not speak to me. Just get away from me. I don't love you. I don't want nothing to do with you. But that's it. So that's it. That's the list. These are the GOAT tag teams. Some of them was goated, some of them was brought up as great tag teams, some of them was honorable mentions or whatever. But that is it. And now I'm going to go after this and go on TikTok. I'm going to record snippets from this. I'm going to put it on TikTok. And anybody who wants to argue with me can come over here and watch it on YouTube or listen to it on Spotify. And that's it. I'm done with it. And with that being said, this is the end of my episode. And I enjoyed this one. Thank you for listening. If you're listening, thank you for watching. If you watched it, and go ahead and follow your boy. Like, subscribe. It's free. Subscribe to my YouTube. Subscribe to my Spotify. It's free. Just do it. Just do it. Shout outs today. I'm gonna give a shout out to a Starting Five podcast. And if y'all didn't know, if y'all didn't hear the news, I have actually become an official member. Thank you. Your boy doing big things. I have become an official member of the Starting Five podcast. So after you come over here, you can go over there and hear some more of me, along with other brothers that think they're good as I am. They ain't though, but they think they are. But they doing good. You know, I'm not gonna hate them to pump me up. I'm just saying I'm a member of a new group, Starting Five podcast. So go over there and check them out. Listen to them. They're a little bit more, the topics over there is a little bit more serious than me. I'll be over here fucking around, you know, I'll be drinking and shit. But, so you can go over there and listen to them. And with that being said, thank you for listening, thank you for watching, and peace.